Hello, volunteers. Thank you so much for helping with VBS this year. We have a lot of new setup this year, and I kind of wanted to go over that a little bit with you. If I'm going to send a document that goes through all of these points one by one, but I want to give a little bit more explanation here with them. We are going to have two sessions this year, morning and an afternoon, as many of you already know. The volunteers will be at one or the other, as well as the kids. The morning sessions from 9 to noon. Volunteers on Monday need to arrive at 8:30, and the rest of the week at 8:40. And for the afternoon, they need to arrive at 12:30 on Monday and 12:40 for the rest of the week, 20 minutes early. We will be meeting at the Haymarket Church Ministry Center, which is at Town Hall, above Town Hall in the middle of Haymarket on Washington Street. The volunteers are asked to park across the street at the Haymarket Museum. We've gotten permission to park there so that we don't take up as many spaces and allow parents to have spots to park when they come and bring the kids. So if volunteers who are going to have their car there the whole time, if you're just dropping off a youth, that's fine to park closer. But if you can park right across the street at the Haymarket Museum, there are plenty of spots over there for our volunteers. And then you take the crosswalk across the street safely, across Washington Street, and can come in the front door. Volunteers can enter through either of the doors, and there'll be signs showing you how to get up to our main room in our ministry center. The theme this year is Camp Firelight, where it is a summer camp adventure with God. It's an outdoor camping theme that I think they're really going to like. Its focuses on trusting in God even when they're scared, and it's going to be a really fun week for them. The verse for the week is Psalm 56:3. Whenever I'm afraid, I put my trust in you. And everything focuses around that, each of the day's stories, and we'll go around that. The check-in for the families will be similar to how we've done in the past, where the families bring the kids in and pick up they will have a tag that has their family number on, which they will need to show when they pick up their kids. We do have a little bit of a new thing this year that we're going to offer drop off and pickup line starting Monday afternoon. They do need to everybody come inside on Monday morning, but starting Monday afternoon, if parents would like to use the pickup line, they are welcome to, and we will bring the kids right down to them. We'll use our youth helpers to go up and down the steps with the kids. So just the steps are a little steep, so you just have to take it slow with them and make sure that they use the railing going down. The family tags this year are ones that can hang in the car, so they can put them up there or show them if they come up to the big room. And kids will stay with their crew until we call their family number, and then we will either give them to their parent if their parent came in, or take them down to the car. So that's a little bit of a change, trying to help make sure that we don't have too many cars in the parking lot at one time that need to park. We are going to, let's see, our cruise this year is going to be a much different feel to it, where our crews are going to be much smaller, since we are in a much smaller space. We have about 30 to 35 kids at the morning and the afternoon sessions each. And so that's going to be 4 crews of about 7 to 9 kids each, depending on the crew. The crews will be red, yellow, green, and blue, going from the younger kids up to the older kids. And in the document I sent, you can see how the crews are broken down and how they're going to transfer around. With the schedule, it is also slightly different because we don't have a lot of time to move, that we need to travel from one location to another. Since all the rooms are right next to each other, we're actually going to come back into the main room between each station and have a song break or a snack time in between those to allow our station leaders to set back up for the next group and give them a little breather time right in between each one. So you can see how the time is broken down between those. Each station has 25 minutes. And then the song breaks are 10-minute breaks, and the snack time, I think, is a 20-minute break. And then we'll have our opening and closing program with our puppet and our videos as we have before as well. We encourage bathroom breaks to be done during those song and snack breaks if possible, instead of taking the kids out of their station time. It's less disruptive to our stations. And just trying to keep as much on that schedule as we can. Hopefully having those break times in between. If a set station goes a few minutes later, it's not as big of a deal because they aren't missing out on their next station. So a couple important things to highlight with our child safety policies. Every adult who is working with the kids and will be in the building with us at that time in our area is background checked. We'll be in a shared space. There are some offices down the hall. So we do need to be aware of that. We need to make sure that all the people in our rooms have their volunteer tags on and make sure that they are part of our group. We do also need to make sure when we're taking kids to the bathroom that we call into the bathroom, make sure there are no other adults that are using it to start. And if there are, we need to keep the kids out until they have finished and then allow the kids in. And that is also the case if somebody comes to use the bathroom while the kids are in it, just politely ask if they can wait a minute until the kids have left. We want to make sure that we have 2 adults present at all times that are not related to each other. Normally that will be a station leader and a crew leader together, but at times that there is not an adult crew leader, we will have either doors open between the stations or a floater going around at all times as well. It is a smaller space, so the rooms are all connecting and stuff, so that it's not going to be a big deal to have a room open to the hall and with people floating in between. There are all the crew leaders, they must be at least 5 years older than the oldest group member. So we need to, as I'm placing new places, any of our youth volunteers, like a younger junior high would not be placed with an upper elementary group because we need at least that 5-year difference between the kids. I just want, you need to make sure that you're never alone with a child. If you are taking them down to the bathroom, that you need to make sure that there are at least 2 unrelated children or multiple children that you take along, or ideally even another leader that will be around. If you are having any trouble with a child's behavior, we have some steps that we need to take in facing that. Number 1, identify the misbehavior to the child. Make sure you point it out and ask them what you want them to be doing instead. Help. Number 2, redirect to another activity. A lot of times they just need to get their focus somewhere else. At 3rd, if it continues, you can separate them from other kids in a different area of the space, getting them involved in something different, or just safety of the other kids. And if it's still a problem, you can remove them from the group altogether and bring them to me, the director, who I will be floating around at all times. They can come float with me for a little while between the different groups if they just need a break, or we'll see what we need to do at that point. Participation is very important from our youth volunteers. We have a lot of youth volunteers this year, and it really is going to be important for you guys to be involved in getting the kids focused on what they're doing. You're really helping to excite them, get them. If you guys are off doing your own thing, they are going to be too. Like, they are going to feed off of your behavior and your attention. So if your attention isn't on where it should be, then theirs isn't going to be either. So I really encourage you guys to participate in the songs, participate in the opening and closing programs, help them focus on what they need to be doing. And the more fun they have singing and dancing, they just love it. They really enjoy it, and they love it when the youth volunteers are helping with that too. The youth volunteers, we're going to be rotating to some different positions throughout the week. A few, especially the older ones, have been given a specific place that they'll be the whole week, but otherwise you may be helping with snack one day, or science, Bible story, crafts, recreation, or helping to teach the motions to the song or the memory verse during the break times, and floating around to those different things. So nobody needs to be doing the same thing the whole week, and we want to keep it exciting for you guys and keep you engaged as well, and have you a variety of things that you guys do. All the adult leaders, they have a specific job that they've been giving for all week, mostly the station leaders, and then a couple of the crew leaders as well. If you're a crew leader, you will have a special bag that has all the things that you need. It has the daily schedule, a map with all the different stations, your attendance sheet to mark down which kids are there, so you know exactly who's there each day. Has some helpful information as well. And then starting on Tuesday, or at the end of the day, Monday, you'll put your name tags into there, and each day the name tags will be in there when the kids arrive. You also have some wet wipes, hand sanitizers, Band-Aids, a big one, and tissues as well that you always have in there. The crafts will not go home until Friday. There will be a bag that each of the kids has that their projects will go in throughout the week. If every now and then one of the other stations may have something that can go in that bag as well, and we can have collect it all and take it one whole station at a time and put them in the bags. Maybe send one of the youth helpers to go do that, so that bag has anything that they've done that needs to come home throughout the day or throughout the week. And we'll go home with them at the end of the week on Friday. If we know a kid isn't going to be there on Friday, it can go home ahead of that, so we don't have to track them down the next week. Allergy and medical information, any important information will be on the crew leaders list of kids, the attendance sheets. Allergies will also be on the name tags, and a full list of all the allergies will be at snacks as well, and the snack leader will be know about those. All the snacks that we're providing have been checked for any of the allergies that the kids have, to make sure that they are safe for them. But please feel free to double check that and help us to keep these kids as safe as possible. If a kid has an EpiPen, we'll let the crew leader know, and that can be kept in the crew leader bag, or the kid can, if they're older and the parent has given permission, they can keep it in their own bag. The snack leaders will have a few alternative snacks for a couple of the kids that do have allergies. There are very few that will need an alternative for a couple of the snacks throughout the week. No outside food or drink is allowed, so if a child has brought something, please make sure to ask them to keep it in their bag, other than water from a water bottle, just to make sure that we are keeping the kids all protected who do have allergies. If you need a first aid kit, there will be a first aid kit at the help table, and that was near the front door. And then also there's Band-Aids in your crew leader bags. If there's a medical emergency, first call 911, and then send somebody to alert the director so we can follow up with the parents and do whatever we need to take care of it. The volunteer snacks. We'll have a table of volunteer snacks in the volunteer snack room. Please keep those snacks inside the room instead of taking them out for all the other kids to see. And please limit to 2 or 3 for the whole day so that we don't run out of volunteer snacks. If they are too heavily used on the beginning of the week, we just won't have enough for the whole week. I will be putting them out on the tables, and we want to make sure not to pull out additional ones yourselves so that we know how much that we're going through. So if you can let the director or one of the other adults know if they are out, just let us know that. And for what to wear, we have our orange Haymarket shirts for all the volunteers. If you already have yours, please go ahead and show up with it on Monday morning. If you don't, we will have them there ready for you on Monday morning to change into in the bathrooms when you arrive. If you have one already but would like a second one, and I'd mark that on your registration sheet, then that is great. You can go ahead and grab that for the rest of the week so you don't have to do quite as much laundry. But if you've already had 2 from previous years, we do ask that you just stick to 2 for the week and do a little laundry so that we can keep our costs down. We encourage you to take pictures throughout the week. We love having lots of variety of pictures for the slideshow. There is an upload link in the document that you can upload those straight to us anytime during the week and make it really easy for you to share them with us. Please do not post any of the photos of other people's children to your own personal social media pages. You're welcome to share the posts that the church puts out throughout the week to show people what you've been doing, but we know specifically what parents have given us permission to share their children's and pictures, and they've given us that permission, not you. So we really need to honor that and protect the children that have not given their permission. We will be taking a group photo probably on Tuesday at opening group as a whole group at both of the sessions, and to get everybody together and have that group picture that will go home with them at the end of the week. We will be doing a commissioning this Sunday during our worship service at 10 a.m. that all of our volunteers are welcome to come to. We will be praying over all the volunteers during this service and praying for a wonderful week with everybody. We will also be helping to decorate throughout this week. There are some sign-up dates. If you want to take a look at them, feel free. I just added one more on there for Saturday morning to do some last-minute things. And then at the end of the week, on Friday, after the afternoon session, we'll be cleaning up, hopefully from about 4 to 5. You can sign up for that too. And then after that, on VBS Sunday, at the 10 a.m. service, we will be highlighting our VBS during the service. We will be inviting the families to join us, and there'll be a slideshow for the week, and the kids will be singing us a few songs during the service, and then we'll have popsicles for everybody after. Let's see, we have 2 mission projects during the week. We will be collecting food for the food pantry. Each day there's a different food that is encouraged to bring for the pantry. You're welcome to contribute to that as well. And the kids will also be collecting money for our campers coin collection, which will be raising money to help with our food packing event that will be in October that the church does with Rise Against Hunger. We station leaders, if you can make sure to review your books so you're familiar with what's happening each day. All the supplies will be there for your station for each day unless we've talked otherwise that you'll be bringing them. For our fire safety and evacuation plan, we need everybody to exit at the closest exterior door, which would take you down to the side staircase that comes out near Cupcake Heaven. You follow the sidewalk to the grassy area in the front of the building, away from the building where the town hall sign is, and that's where we will all gather together to do a head count. It is very close to a busy street, and so we need to make sure to really be close eye on the kids and block them from any of the busy street in the parking lots. around and keep them safe during that time. Each crew leader would be in charge of counting their group and reporting that to the event leaders to make sure that everybody is accounted for. And I've also included a map of all of our different stations and where we're going to be for each of the ones. Our recreation station is in the same big room where our opening and closing and our snacks and our songs are. So it's a little going back and forth to each of the side rooms and then back into the big room. If you have any questions, I'm going to have a Zoom time that you can get on and ask me later this week. The information will be in the email. And then I also feel free to send me emails, texts, and just let me know any questions that you might have. But that should do it. Thank you guys. We are so excited to have you and to be teaching all the kids this summer about how God is there for them when they're scared. Thanks.